Hello and welcome back to the Forever World. I am Viable Sword, and last time we built up the Guardian Farm, or a Guardian Farm, and in between episodes over the Christmas break, I realized that I did not like at all how it was. It was too slow. I didn't like having to run back and forth in between them all and get the XP, so completely redid it. Instead of a 2x2 blender trident killer, we're going with a single piston on each of the pods, and it's just a one wide drop chute. We still have our enchantment set up over here, and then over here is just a lonely little lonely little ender chest. But behind here is just the redstone clock for our trident killers, and I use stairs so I can come in and pick them up if I need to, and then throw them again. And sometimes when I walk too close over here, it will pick them up anyway. So that way I can get in there and I can rethrow them. Down here, we did our collection system. And to keep it from backing up and losing drops, we split it. So these two both come through this sorting system. We got the shards and the crystals, and then the fish come in here. And we're saving 2 double chests worth of fish. The rest are all getting burnt because the fish will very, very quickly block up the system. We're still waiting for these to oxidize because I haven't been here a whole lot, and I haven't even been on the world in a little over a week. So, and then on this side, it's the same thing. We got our crystals because we got a ridiculous amount, so we have 2 for those, and then 1 for the shards. And then this water stream here is how the experience gets to us up top. So right here in between these 2 blocks is the AFK spot. It is the middle of all of them. Because it's an even number of blocks, I can't just stand on one block or other, but I can stand on both of these. And that way the experience will flow over the trapdoors. The trapdoors will keep the guardians in. The items will get sucked up here because under that ice block is where we have the hopper mine cards. And then under here is just a water channel, so the experience will come right to us. And of course I'm going to drop it. That's fine. And it'll come right over here and then up through the slabs, and we're good to go. I also got my gear enchanted. Almost all the way. I think I actually got them all the way. Fire protection, respiration, aqua affinity, unbreaking, mending, protection 4, unbreaking, mending, protection 4. Our swift sneak from the ancient city is on there, unbreaking, mending, and fire protection 4. I didn't want thorns, but I was getting really tired of the enchantment table, so we're going to leave that. Feather falling 4, depth strider 3, unbreaking 3, mending. And then we have our smite, looting, sword, our fortune pick, a new diamond spear. The bow still needs either infinity or mending. I'm not sure which I'm going to do. So I haven't got either of them. And then we have the silk touch pick, a silk touch efficiency 4 and sharpness axe, and our silk touch efficiency 4 shovel. So a few of these still need the next level of efficiency, but for now, that's fine. And then I also went ahead and kind of cleared room here so that we can, well, that's loud. So we can trident. So we can get out into the water if we want, especially because I don't have an on-off switch for the spawn spots yet. So we have to manually go and put water in and take water out to start and stop the farm. But please don't hit me. If we come in through here, shoo, shoo, shoo. Okay, then if we come in through the portal, then I actually dug this out all the way back to the starter area. The other thing I did was get our villagers all moved and give them jobs associated with, where are you? Where are you burnificating? There you are. Oh, I ain't worried about spiders. Anyway, I gave them jobs according to the stations where they are, and that was a pain. I was not thinking about that when I built up the houses. Oh, there's a creeper. Um, so they all wanted different jobs. They all wanted to be fishermen, of course, because of all the barrels, and I was not having that. Not at all. So there isn't one in here. Of course, there's no jobs there, but we got the armorers and weaponsmith over there, and then over here we got a farmer, and I did trade with them so that we have golden carrots when we have a good supply of emeralds at least. Mostly I was trading with him because over in our diner, get rid of that, we have our butcher, who I also needed to trade with so that I could get this guy. And this guy, of course, is our mending guy. He's 26, not too cheap, not horrible though, but he also has impaling 5, glass, and those are both going to come in handy. But impaling is super expensive, so I'm not going to be doing that right now. But oops, we do have. Oh, I thought I had a little bit of build-up. We got some built-up beef to sell this guy. Because, you know, we got all these cows. Well, they're babies now. I did a lot of growing and breeding and butchering myself. So, and then of course the guy down there is a fisherman. I didn't realize that fishermen needed to trade coal. I've never done a fisherman villager before, but he did provide me with some decent amount of emeralds for the librarian as well. Now that we have our good enchanted gear, I want to put the first set of diamond everything and the bow too that we had. I don't think I had a bow in there yet. And I want to put them in our keepsake box, our memento box. Let's see, we did already have a sword in there, but it was smite. So we're going to put the rest of these in here, and I'm going to put the bow in last. I might be a bit overzealous on this keepsake bit because, I mean, we're going to have more stuff, and we're kind of out of space in a double chest. And we'll throw them here and put that there for now. That may have to stop doing every single little thing. I'm not sure. Well, like the armor trims, I'm not doing all of them because I want to collect them. And I don't want to have to duplicate them all. The first, that's just the very first one that we found. Just like the diamond, very first one, ancient debris, emerald. The rest of it though, the first map, skeleton head, statue, and the music disc too. The rest of it though, I don't know if I'm going to be collecting netherite. Just because it's so expensive. And honestly, I mean, with mending and stuff, unless I die, I'm not going to need another set. And I'm really hoping that I don't die and lose everything. So we're going to hope for the best. And this time not prepare for the worst. But anyway, now that that is done, what I really need to do is decide what else we're going to do today, because I had it all planned out. I was thinking about it over Christmas break while the kids were home and trying to decide what to do next, because I realized that going straight to the end and fighting the Ender Dragon and just for shulker shells was it just felt a bit too fast. I mean, this is a forever world, and really all I've done so far, besides the Guardian farm, is this little starter village here. So I think before I do that and move, let me out. Before I tackle the end and get shulkers, I want to explore a bit more here and get a few farms up. I know at the very beginning of this series, I said I was going to do all of the main farms in the main base, and I can still do smaller versions, but I'm gonna need big versions before that. So an iron farm, bamboo farm, kelp farm, mob farm. I mean, pretty much all of that. So we will be doing that and figuring out where to put them all, because I don't want to put them here. I like what we've done with the village here, and I don't want to destroy the aesthetic with big farms. We are also going to need to find an outpost so that we can do a raid farm. I know I don't need the outpost for the actual raid farm itself, but to automate ominous potions, we are going to need that as well. So I am going to take a few minutes and figure out, try to remember what I had planned, because it's all out of my brain now. and and then we'll come back. I think what we want to do is get some busy work out of the way, and also upgrade at the same time so that we can get netherite on all of our gear and tools. I only have 4. That's only enough for 1 ingot. I think somewhere, is it up here? I think I do. I have an upgrade template already from when we were looking for the fortress to make Eyes of Ender a couple episodes ago. But that is, let's see, so that at least is good. We don't have to do that, but we are going to need a lot more ancient debris. So what we're going to do is take a trip into the nether and realize that we don't have our golden helmet on, and then we'll just keep it on us, and that way we can throw it on if we run into any piglins. When I started this tunnel, I moved our portal down. See, it was up there on the surface, and I moved it down into the bottom of the nether, in part because I would rather deal with the occasional lava pocket, but still be able to get to the surface pretty easily, instead of, doing it up in the ceiling where there might not be as much lava. But I'm accident prone, and I would definitely die trying to get to the surface to be able to go to structures and explore and stuff like that. So I think, see, we're already on Y15. We don't have any beds. We don't have any TNT or anything like that. I think we're just going to... Can you stop staring at me, please? Shoot. 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 Ah. 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 That was almost bad. But for now, I think we're just going to dig a bunch out. We still need to figure out what we're going to do with the tunnels anyway, and create more space for the walls and the floor and stuff. So we're just going to kind of dig a bit. I think I want to go in this direction, and we're just going to, let's get rid of the gravel first. Well, actually, I'd rather go the opposite direction of where we're going to be building the tunnel anyway. So let's go this way, and we're just going to dig around, make a huge mess, and start looking for some ancient debris. And then if our tunnels end up coming this way, then we'll clean it up, make it look nice. Let's switch these. I'd rather have netherrack than gravel. Ah, there's one. Sweet. Okay, are there any more over here? Before I move on. Yeah, there's one. Sweet. Okay, so that makes 6 total. And we need a lot more than that. So let's keep going. Lava. There we go. Generally, I would come through with a whole bunch of beds. Even though it leaves a lot more fire than TNT does, I just find that it works better for me. So I'll make a tunnel, and then every 6 blocks I will put the bed, and then I'll blow up the bed and move on and move on and move on, and then after all the beds are exploded, then I will go back and deal with the lava and the fire and grab the ancient debris that's left. But I don't really feel like doing that this time. And honestly, I'm gonna want nether brick to do the nether tunnel anyways. I have a palette that I prefer to use when I'm doing my nether tunnels, and it has quartz and nether brick, red nether brick, and shroom lights. So that's always a pain, but I like the way it looks. And I'm pretty predictable when it comes to how I do my nether tunnels. I mean, my eldest son can attest to that. So. But we're just going to keep on digging and see what we can do here. Let's see. I should probably count it up, really, right? So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So realistically, I need 40 pieces. Plus another shovel for fortune. And another sword for sharpness. I may not do that, though, because I do have a sharpness axe. But I need at least 40, and I have 6. So we're going to be at this a while. And I didn't bring anything to make dump chests out of. Oops. Give me that back. Let's go get some... Hello. Hi, guys. Let's go get some wood so we can make some dump chests before I get completely packed full of stuff. Okay, now that we got some dump chests, we're just gonna line them up a bit like this, and then I'm loving having Swift sneak back. And let's go over here. Oops. Clear that off. That way we can just make sure that we aren't leaving any blocks behind, because I am a pack rat. But also, like I said, we're gonna need netherrack for nether brick anyway. So I don't want to be throwing any of this away and letting it despawn. Even the gravel, coarse dirt. I guess that's really all I use it for. Is coarse dirt, but still, I mean we're building our main base on the start on this end on the seafloor, so we are going to want gravel to texture it up a bit. Look, there's some more. All right, thank you and thank you. Oh, spoke too soon. Thank you. Before we can really get started too much on our nether highway build, we are going to need a gold farm as well as a piglin bartering farm. And I'm probably going to follow a tutorial for that from Slack Lizard, because it's just insane. And the drops will be so fast, it's insane. Oh, look, some more. That way we can be sure to have plenty of the materials we're going to want to build the actual nether highway. But I also need to figure out which design I'm going to go with anyway. So I'm kind of indecisive about that. Generally, I do a tubular, literally a tube-shaped nether highway. That way, if I want to run, I can run. And if I want to fly, I can just fly. But I kind of want to do something different this time. So I'm not sure. I need to play around in my test world a little bit, I think, just to get a better idea. I appreciate y'all helping me clear out the area. Now, if you see any ancient debris, let me know, would you? Yeah? Thanks. It is a good thing that I went ahead and made that one villager a mending librarian. Because with all this digging, we're definitely going to need to repair our tools. Sometimes I just don't understand how a block that breaks so easy and has basically 0 blast resistance can take so much durability out of your tools. It's honestly, it drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. And like most people, I'm already a little crazy, so you know, this this doesn't help me. But that's okay. We'll deal with it. Oh, my inventory's full? Okay. Hey, you're not supposed to set those back down. You wanted them, you keep them. There we go. Hey, my chests. You play with your gravel, and I'll play with my boxes. How about that? Let's see. Put these ones in here. I think I'm going to put these here for now, too. Stop it! You're not supposed to pick stuff up just to litter it around. Man, to be able to turn off Enderman griefing without disabling achievements would be fantastic. But nothing I've found has worked without turning off achievements anyway. And I don't really care too much about achievements. I got a lot of them already. Until they come out with more, I guess. But, well, let's see. Is it this button? Time played -1 hour. What? What does that mean? I've played so many hours, I don't know how many. How's it -1? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I've done 111 out of 132, but at some point, you know, I'm going to want to do the others. The completionist in me is gonna force my hand. And what better place to do it than a forever world? So I don't want to lose my achievements in this world. But at the same time, I'm over Enderman. But, you know, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Nice big square room. Tell me I didn't look at him. I didn't. I promise. There's just so many of you. Honestly, I should probably just collect all of you guys and make you a mob switch. Or a farm. You know, Ender Pearl farm. Could do that. Never actually made one of those before. An Enderman farm, Ender Pearl farm, whatever you want to call it. I've never done that. So that might be something to add to the list, actually. Okay, I got bored of that kind of quickly, and we only have 7. So I went and gathered a bunch of wool and a bunch of wood, and we're just going to do the old tried and true explode the beds. Alright, not too long later, and we have a ridiculous amount of netherrack, which we knew was going to happen. We got a decent amount of gravel here. We got a whole bunch of quartz and blackstone, little bit of gold, but most importantly, we got our 36 pieces of ancient debris, which I'm going to take back right now with the gold and the chest and wood food. But I'm going to take this stuff back, and we are going to go back to the starter base and get this cooked up. Alright, now that we are back in the base, let's grab our other bits as well and get that all smelted down and see where I can throw all these wood bits. No room there. Chests will go in here. I guess the extra wood can go. That'll work. And then, of course, the gold and iron, too. We're finally started cleaning up an iron vein over the winter holidays, and I didn't get it all out, but I did get a lot of it. So we now have plenty of iron for a little while, and still a lot more to cook down. Where's the... what was I going to do with that? I'm pretty sure I have more in a chest somewhere. Just not sure where. Got stuff all scattered. I really need to go through all of my chests and organize this. This is driving me absolutely crazy. But I cannot be bothered to do that right now, to be honest. That's raw food. This is cooked food. Or ready to eat food, rather. While that gets smelted up, we'll go ahead and grab... I put all the gold away, and I don't know why. We're going to need a whole bunch of gold. Ooh, we don't have enough. Yeah, we should be okay on diamonds. Should be. Doesn't mean we will be. Let's get this. And a bit of netherrack. Let's make more of this template here. I don't know how many I can do even. 8. I need... Whoa, 16. Okay, I did not mean to make that many, but I guess that's what happens when you don't pay attention. Alright, so now we can get rid of that. Where is... There you are. Where's my sword? Mr. Skeleton, I'm tired of hearing you. Where'd you go? Clear out, thank you. How many wandering traders does it take to get on your nerves? I just got rid of 3 not too long ago. And now there are 3 more. Are you guys just... Ooh, pale oak. No. I guess they're just, spawning in triplicate. Are you done? Yeah, 39, 40. There we go. Okay, now for our netherite ingots. And I don't think I have a smithing table. Oh, I do. Awesome. Get rid of that for now. So then all we got to do is put the templates in, put our ingots in, and then we can start throwing in our tools. I'm going to heal that first, I think. No, we got that guardian farm. I'm not worried about it. Okay, now for the armor. Ingots, templates, armor. And we'll throw it back on. Get rid of that. Then we will put these back up here for safekeeping. And now we are fully geared. So now we are ready for fortresses. We're ready for bastions if we want. We're definitely ready for the end as far as tools and armor. However, I want to make sure we have plenty of rockets, and we're going to have to take extra chests. And I also want to get either, you guys might not like it, I know some of you won't, but I want to get infinity on this bow. Yeah, infinity for sure, not mending. I would rather make and enchant 100 bows than have to deal with carrying around a bunch of arrows and worrying about running out. But then we'll be ready for the end. Unfortunately, this is all the time I have for this episode. So, next episode, we will get to work on a sugarcane farm and a creeper farm. That way we can get the rockets prepared for when we do go to the end. I also want to do some trading. Get out of here. With our farmer villager so that we can get some golden carrots. That way we're not just relying on cooked chicken and cooked beef. That way our saturation is about as good as it can get. Let's see. And in between episodes, I also need to figure out where we're going to put those farms. Because like I said, I don't want to ruin the aesthetic here. I might be able to hide a sugarcane farm underground somewhere here. I'm not sure I want to do that. But we'll get it figured out. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please click that like button. And if you would like to see more, please consider subscribing. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.